brand new lifestyle show where we bring you the untold stories of inspirational women from across the shores of Cape Town. This week, we'll be speaking to Dr. Shafika Fakir, an esteemed dermatologist, about the importance of good skincare and how to achieve it at her practice in Mallowmead. Then, we head to Grassy Park to chat to the valiant Fatima Martin, a courageous community activist about overcoming challenges and the joy of inspiring others. We visit Rashana Lakay, a mother of two, who's empowered herself by creating her own line of original leather shoes designed specially for her little ones. Next, we chat to seasoned attorney Rihanna Parker at our offices in Grassy Park. Join our hosts Nadra Mohammed Ladi and Abida Dixon Mohammed now to hear from these inspirational women.
Assalamu alaikum, hallo en 'n hartlike welkom by Inspirational Women. Ek is Abida Dixon Mohammed en jy weet ons gaan kyk en gaan loer en gaan vind net so 'n paar inspirational women. So vandag is ek 'n bietjie by Mallowmead in Turkye. So ek het 'n bietjie kom kuier vir Dr. Shafika Fakir en sy gaan vir ons 'n bietjie vertel wat sy alles hier doen in haar kantoor. Assalamu alaikum Shafika. Dokter, ek wil altyd net by mense eers weet, as hulle nou gestudeer het, nee, hoekom spesifiek vir die ding? So, jy het nou vir 'n dokter gestudeer, why a doctor and not something else?
I think from a young age, I always had a passion to help people, you know, and I think, coupled to this fact is I love science. I have an inquiring mind. So medicine seems sort of the obvious choice.
Okay,
Ja.
alright. Nou, 'n mens kry mos dan nou ook verskillende dokters. Vertel gou vir ons kykers, waarin spesialiseer jy?
Well, I'm a specialist in dermatology, which basically focuses on the skin.
Laat ek sien.
We can check you out after it. Make sure everything is okay. You've got beautiful skin for me.
Okay. Nou dokter, as ons nou praat dan nou spesifiek nou van die vel. Het jy al nou 'n pasiënt gekry wie se vel baie erg was en so aan?
On a daily basis, actually. You know, people assume that, the skin, and especially if you've got good skin, you just, take it for granted. But the skin is the largest organ of the body. And the pathologies, on average, we are so busy every single day. So,
Sure.
And I mean, it also depends on the personality of the person.
Okay. Nou dan kry mens mos nou ook van die vel byvoorbeeld wat baie chic soos hulle sal sê. Maar dan sien 'n mens niks. Is dit dan miskien daai jekkerigheid, is dit nou soos iets onder in die vel of hoe nou?
No, it's actually a very difficult concept.
Yes.
You see, the skin is also connected to the rest of the body.
Okay.
So your skin symptoms can either be a pathology on its own, or it can be a symptom of an underlying condition. So that takes time, and it takes, further investigation to determine. When people come with symptoms, they come with valid symptoms, and you need to investigate it appropriately to see whether or not it's just limited to the skin, or whether there are other things that we need to investigate.
Alright. Nou sê gou vir my, hoe lank studeer 'n mens nou om dan nou, kom ek sê, 'n veldokter te wees?
Okay, so initially what you do is you need to enroll and be accepted into an academic institute that offers the Bachelor of Medicine and Surgical degree. And that's about 6 years. At present, in order to qualify or practice as a medical doctor, you then have to complete 2 years of internship.
Sure.
And 1 year of community service. And thereafter, you have to apply for a specialty post.
So dis amper 9 jaar as 'n mens
Actually,
dit
it's
in
almost
mekaar
12 years.
Nog meer.
No, but it's fine. At the end of the day, you are specializing in something that you have a passion for.
Okay.
And the more you learn about it, sort of your passion just increases. Becoming a specialist actually makes medicine a lot easier.
Okay.
Because you specialize in a specific field.
Maar nou weet jy presies wat om te doen.
Because, after you first have 6 years of intensive training. And then you have your practical years of internship and community service. And then after that, under the tutelage of experienced consultants and professors, acclaimed professors, you work in a hospital setting every day with patients. And you study further for another 4 years, which might seem long to most people, but it flies by. And that training is so necessary.
Nou dan sal ek dan nou gou vra, as ons nou praat van so lank se studeerwerk, was daar eers miskien langs die pad wat jy besluit het, nee, maar dis 'n bietjie te lank na my sin, ek gaan nou uitskop nou?
No, I don't think so.
Is it?
Never. I mean, I've always known that I wanted to become a doctor.
Oh, that's nice.
I've loved the idea of sort of servicing the community, being a benefit to the community. And the more you actually study the human body, the more you appreciate it. And there's this love for it that develops. And it actually increases your desire to study further. It makes the progression actually easier.
Wow, dat klink nogal baie wonderlik. Nou as ons dan nou ook praat nou van jou vel en jou liggaam en so aan, sal jy dan sê wat 'n mens eintlik eet is dan ook baie belangrik vir jou vel?
Yeah, well, everything is relevant. What we tend to tell patients, it depends on what the condition is.
Okay.
If you have a condition, for example, where you are allergic to certain food types, you can present with something known as urticaria, or if your condition is sort of fueled by inflammation and you have a very poor diet, the diet can create a sort of pro-inflammatory state in your body. So, being healthy all around, much the same like sleep, eating well, sleeping well, those all contribute to a good and healthy body.
Alright. Nou dokter, ek wil altyd geweet het. Hulle sê 'n mens moet slaap 8 ure per dag. Is dit waar?
There's so much benefit to sleeping.
Okay.
I think that, there's never a disadvantage. And I think the older you get, the more you like naps, actually, a lot more. And especially when you're a mom, and you're busy. But the benefits to sleeping are tremendous. It gives your body time to recuperate, to rest, not being a constant sort of anxiety state or fix or moving state.
Okay.
So the sleep is actually so important for everybody.
Okay, so ek gaan probeer om 'n bietjie meerder te slaap. Nou dokter sê gou vir my, u is dan nou te doen met die vel. Maar as iemand nou na u toe kom en sê dokter, dit is nou hoe my vel lyk. Hoe weet u presies wat om vir daai een te gee om op die vel te sit en so aan?
So again, and like I said, after you spend about 4 or 5 years training in an academic institute on a daily basis, you'll see how many patients, endless number of patients, and you are trained under sort of experienced consultants, under experienced and acclaimed professors. And it's sort of after that time, you are adequately equipped to make the diagnosis and to prescribe the correct medication. But medicine is a practical subject. What you learn, what you see, it grows stronger. And your interest in the subject is a very important motivating factor. But it's also your experience. So the more experienced you are, the more you see, the easier it is to diagnose and to prescribe your medication.
En dan sal ek ook dan seker sê dat 'n mens moet dan ook nie probeer om altyd enige iets aan jou vel te smeer nie, nê?
No, and often, what we call the old wives' tales, where things are, so because my grandmother used it, my auntie used it, and it's just the fact that you need to know what works for your skin. And if you don't know, then find somebody who is qualified enough to understand your skin type, to make sure that you're using the appropriate, not even if you don't even have a medical disorder, to know what type of skin type you have, what benefits your skin, what allows the skin to be at its best, because at the end of the day, what we want healthy skin. We want to create, because the skin is a barrier. It's this barrier that we have between us and the external environment. So we want to keep it at its best.
Okay. En nou praat ons so mooi nou van die vel en allerlei tipe van goeders. Maar deesdae kry jy mense met sulke mooi make-up wat mense vel mos nou baie mooi kan baie mooi kan wegsteek en dan weet mense eers dat mense 'n probleem het met die vel hè.
Useful.
Maar dok sê gou vir my, ons praat nou so lekker en ons lag nou so lekker, maar dan kry mense jongspan nou van vandag natuurlik. Baie van hulle maak matriek klaar en dan almal het nou nie die geldjies om verder nou te studeer en so aan nie. Wat sal u raad vir die jongspan wees?
The thing about it is that the world it's so large. Even though we're so connected now with technology, the opportunities are tremendous and they're vast. And I think with hard work and sound guidance, which I said before, guidance is so important, getting the proper guidance that you need. The opportunities are limitless. And I think that is what people need. They need the proper guidance and they need to know what they have access to, what's available to them.
Sure, want ek moet sê die jongspan lê vir my altyd so na aan die hart. En veral as 'n mens buite kyk hoe die jongspan afdraans gaan en sulke goeters en wat baie ouers moet deurgaan met die jongspan en so aan. So dis 'n bietjie heartbreaking soos hulle sal sê. Maar ek is seker as baie van ons maar dan ook 'n handjie kan bysit waar ons kan, dan sal dit dan natuurlik baie help.
No, naturally, and I think that's why this program can be quite inspiring to a lot of young people, especially to know that you know, the opportunities are not just limited to what you have right now. You need to look at what can be available to you. Have a sort of, you know, extend your viewpoint, not just make it sort of a narrow sort of minded viewpoint. You know, extend it and see what available is laterally. Because we, you know, we tend to sort of, that limitations that we have, we tend to put on ourselves. We tend to believe that I can't afford it right now, I can't do that. But you need to look at the end result and see, well, I might not be able to afford it now. I might need to take a student loan and so forth. But at the end of the day, I'll have a qualification, I'll have a degree that I can take anywhere in the world.
Exactly.
You know? And so having a student loan might seem like
a groot bedrag.
exactly right now, like you know, this overwhelming mountain right now. But once you sort of cross that hurdle, once you get over that mountain, you realize that this is something that I can achieve.
En soos hulle sal sê, dokter, wat jy droom, kan jy dan doen.
Yes, well, the world is your oyster, isn't it?
The sky is the limit.
Exactly.
Dokter, voor ons gaan afsluit, wat sal u laaste woorde wees vir inspirasie? Inspiration.
I think have a passion for what you want to do. You know, as a Muslim doctor, for example, as you get older, you realize that what you want to do is become closer to your Creator. And the one way that you can do that is to service the community, to be a benefit to society. And I found that, you know, as I become older, you want to please your Creator. My profession, for example, becomes incredibly rewarding because it guides me.
Ek sê vir u baie shukran. Dit was lekker om met u te gesels. En so sê my gas natuurlik Dr. Asha Fikafika.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi ta'ala wa barakatuh. And welcome once again to another program of Inspirational Women. I have with me, sitting opposite me, a wonderful lady, Sister Fatima Martin. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Fatima?
Wa alaikum salam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh, Najwa.
How are you, my sister?
Alhamdulillah, Alhamdulillah. I echo Alhamdulillah because if we can't say Alhamdulillah, then we cannot be grateful.
Absolutely.
But I am telling you, as a woman, first of all, an inspirational woman, I am Alhamdulillah because there's so many things to be grateful for. The mere fact that we are sitting here today to inspire many other women.
Yes, definitely. And that's just a wonderful start to our program, Alhamdulillah. Fatima, you're a mother, you're a wife, you're just the lover of life, you know. You are a ball of energy, Alhamdulillah. But you're also a woman with a disability. Talk to us a little bit, you know, in terms of what kind of disability do you have?
Najwa, when I speak about the type of disability I have, I say it proudly, and I will always say Alhamdulillah, because my disability is known as cerebral palsy quadriplegic.
Okay.
So Najwa, I wasn't born with disability, but Alhamdulillah, all my life I have been known to be sitting in my 4x4.
Yes,
but
I see you've got a lovely 4x4.
The amazing part is Allah has granted me exactly that, what you've mentioned earlier, to be a mother, to be a wife, to be whatever I want to be, through the mercy of Allah.
Alhamdulillah.
So, to reiterate, cerebral palsy quadriplegic is a condition that's known as a brain injury. In my case, it was 7 months premature breech. The feet came, the feet came first.
Okay.
And the head got stuck.
Okay.
Proudly to say, born in District 6, delivered by a midwife. Alhamdulillah, I say again, Alhamdulillah. I was angry at one stage at this midwife, but Alhamdulillah, I've forgiven her. It's because of her mistake that I became the dynamic woman I am today. Alhamdulillah. So, cerebral palsy, quadriplegic, quad means that all 4 my limbs
Right.
are affected.
Right.
It doesn't look like that. But Najwa, nothing in this world except for Allah can stop me to achieve or to do what I want to do.
Alhamdulillah, and that is what we want to show, the world out there, because many of us, we know Fatima Martin, but we want to show the world who is Fatima Martin, alhamdulillah. Sitting in your, like you call it, your 4x4, in your wheelchair, how long have you been a user of the wheelchair?
Well, this is very interesting. You might think I am 10 years old, 30 years old, whatever my age might be, and I'll be sitting, the mindset would be, so she's been using it for that long. No. Now when we talk about marginalized due to the fact that I was disabled, I was only granted a wheelchair as far as I can remember at the age of about 10 to 12 years. Reason being, because of the injury that took place during birth, I was very folded up. CP is a condition where the muscle contracts and it's very tight. So it was also difficult maybe to get a particular sitting posture.
Right.
But all of these things really makes a person stronger. But if I can add, I know I can talk a lot, forgive me. In spite of the absence of a wheelchair or a 4x4, I, Fatima Martin, gave myself chores at a young age.
Okay.
I was raised between my mom and my late grandmother, and I would choose to wash the dishes, sweep the floors, but you, the family member or friend or visitor, dare not come and mess with Fatima is doing because it took forever.
Right.
But the job was done
Alhamdulillah.
perfectly.
Alhamdulillah, that's the phenomenal part, about you, Fatima. Fatima, I know many times, people see you, we see you in all over the world, I believe, but often, as we are in Cape Town now, in the shopping malls, what exactly do you do there?
Najwa, for me, that's one of my daily highlights.
Alhamdulillah.
We have to admit this is something about being positive.
Right.
But if we can also acknowledge that we are only human and sometimes we do have a bit of a low light. But you know what? Sitting there and going to Casey, meeting all kinds of people to inspire them, but more importantly to be inspired by them, young and old. I call them my mole family because I've got toddlers, I've got grandmothers, I've got everybody that's part of me sharing their story, And what is my reward is that when they walk away with a smile. They thank me, and I remind them it's because of through the mercy of Allah. This is planned that we have to talk and we have to meet, and it's a very heartwarming to see. I've just met someone who I've not known, came with a very sad story or challenge, if we later on call it a challenge, but leaving with a positive mind. So, you asked me what am I doing? So I'm involved in many organizations, and I'm sure it's a given. My passion is the disability sector. Right. Although I love people in general, I'll help anybody, but I love zooming into that sector. So in a very humble way, I will sit there and I'll do a bit of fundraising. Okay. But I do it in a unique way.
Right.
And the uniqueness is as such. So I won't call people to ask them for a donation. I will greet them with a smile and I will accept whatever the outcome is. Should they come closer and just wanting to have a chat, it's fine. But only at the point where they inquire what I'm doing, will I engage them. So that's one of the things that I love doing.
Alhamdulillah, shukran so much for that, Fatima. Fatima, as young girls, we all have these amazing dreams and aspirations in life. What were yours?
Wow, without a doubt, Najwa.
Yes.
To be a mother and to have children of my own.
Yes.
Because I love children.
Yes.
I used to spoil other people's kids, and they would climb up like a little monkey, you know, all different ages. And I told you I'm a quad, so my left hand is much stronger. I'd grab them by the one hand and I'd help them up, sitting on my lap, and cuddle them and spoil them. But deep down in my heart, silently, I appeal to Allah. I ask Allah, oh Allah, grant me one day to have my own. And alhamdulillah, Allah has granted me to be a mom, a beautiful daughter,
Alhamdulillah.
Rashida. She's married today, alhamdulillah.
So you've actually got 2 kids. You've got a pigeon pair.
I've got a pigeon pair, yes, and that happens to be my son-in-law. Because you know, Najwa, when you give off your child, you gain another one.
Absolutely.
So you should accept them as your own. So I proudly say I'm a mom of a pigeon pair, yes.
Alhamdulillah. Amazing, amazing. Fatma, share with our viewers, what is your biggest dream in life? And you know, that was actually fulfilled, that you've achieved.
So yeah, my biggest dream was that, you know, a present for anybody, whether you're an adult or a kid. Everybody loves present,
Yes.
isn't that? So my biggest was to be able to be granted my beautiful daughter. And so yeah, I want to encourage to all ladies, moms to appreciate that wonderful gift. Teach them the responsibility, firstly, of the deen. You cannot guarantee the outcome, but you make dua that. Secondly, you remind them that you are the mom, and the mom has a responsibility towards that kid or kids. And likewise, the responsibility goes 2 ways.
Absolutely, absolutely. Fatima, you know, we all know, you know, you, but obviously life, we will leave this world someday. What legacy would you like to leave behind, and how must people remember you?
You know, Najwa, at first I couldn't answer that question until yesterday. Remember, we met prior this live interview, and I told you, I don't know if you can remember, it is difficult to speak about oneself.
Right.
Because it's always good to speak about others.
Absolutely.
And how you can help others and make a difference.
Right.
But putting the focus on yourself,
Right.
you know, was difficult. And I'm glad that we were able to meet prior this interview, because I really, when I was laying in my bed, I appealed to Allah, you know, and I asked Allah to give me the guidance, the acceptance, the calmness, because if it means that this interview for me is not about name and fame, it is about how can we share with others so that they can be uplifted and do even better.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Yeah. So the question again is, how would I like to be remembered? I would like to be remembered as a woman with a disability, being mindful that my challenges were more than many other women because of my disability. But the amazing part is that I want to be remembered as I break barriers. Society can create as many barriers as they wish. It's their job. Why? Because they are ignorant. So they need to do this in order to learn. So I want to be remembered as breaking the barriers, no matter what challenges comes your way. Because for me, there's nothing like challenges. That's just the word. To be positive is so fulfilling. It's so heartwarming. So yeah, and also, if I may add, I know the time is limited, but bear with me, is that I also had the opportunity twice in my life when I didn't expect it. When my late husband, Rashida's dad, got killed in a drive-by shooting, alhamdulillah, Allah knows best. From Allah we come, and from Allah we will return. But I remember a year after he left, only then it sunk in, and there I was, believe it or not, I allowed myself to be bedridden for a year. You know, you human, I said earlier on, you human, you feel
Right.
this world has crumbled. And I never thought that I'd get up. And after a year, you know, I said to myself, Fatima, Allah has granted you a gift. You have a responsibility.
Yes.
Wake up.
Yes.
Pull yourself straight.
Yes.
Because this child
Needs you.
me.
Definitely.
And alhamdulillah, you know, I used to allow Rashida to sit like a little monkey at the back or in front, wherever, with the little feet sticking out. And Victoria Road is where I stay. And it's a busy road. But up till today, people remember us. But I think I've been missing the point. What I wanted to say was, so in that low period,
Right.
I got a call one day from a professor, a doctor, and she didn't know what I was going through, and she says to me, Fatima, we have nominated you to receive a Woman of Courage Award. Wow.
Alhamdulillah.
And I couldn't believe it. I'll never forget that. And I was told these doctors, they were a panel of doctors and professors. Apparently they were watching me when I was pregnant and going for my hospital. They used to admire the way I move. And so that was one of the reasons. And the second one was when I was asked to represent our country.
Our country.
Our country.
Mashallah.
I was asked to do an intense leadership course in America. And it was an amazing experience. Why amazing? Because of my passion for disability, their laws and their transport systems, you know, they put disability first.
Right. Fatima, it was a great, great honor. Really, we're humbled, you know, as the ITV crew for you allowing us into your space. So we want to say thank you very, very, very much for everything. And may your message really touch the lives of so many. That's the end of another inspirational woman from myself, Najwa Muhammad Ladi, and Sister Fatima Martin. في أمان الله والسلام عليكم ورحمة الله تعالى وبركاته.
Welkom terug by die program Inspirational Woman. Ek is Abida Dixon Mohammed en nou gesels ek met Rosanna Jordan. Rosanna Jordan is 'n meisie wat sommer baie goeders doen. Maar vandag is ek hier om 'n bietjie met haar te gesels oor haar baby skoentjies wat sy maak. Rosanna, welkom by ons program. Baby shoes en dan sit nogal mooi leer. Vertel gou vir ons kykers, hoe het jy daaraan gekom om dit te wil doen?
I could never find decent shoes for my little girl. And it was close to Eid, and I was stressing, where am I going to find shoes? Because usually the upper of the shoes is stunning, but once we get to the sole, she would always slip around for scrape her knees. And then I decided, okay, let us try out making a pair of shoes. Yeah. Then I didn't have a little machine or anything. I'd stitch them by hand. And then a friend of mine told me, why not do a business out of it? I mean, like, it looks amazing. And then I'm like, okay, let me then try it out. And that's how we are where we are.
Nou, Rosanna, vertel gou vir ons kykers, wat het jy gedoen voor jy toe nou besluit het om skoentjies te maak?
Okay, I started out beading jewelry.
Soos hierdie nou.
Yes, exactly like that.
okay.
Auntie Abida beading. Yeah, And then I imported jewelry, but then I had issues with custom fees, which wasn't profitable. But because I have a passion for kids fashion, I then started sewing clothing.
Okay.
And then I still didn't feel that was enough.
Okay.
And when I started the shoes for my daughter, I absolutely enjoyed what I did because I love being different. And I think making the shoes is different where everyone is making clothing. I'll make shoes.
Maar dis die enige een wat sommer kan skoentjies maak.
Exactly.
Nou Roshana, as ek nou kyk na jou wat al jou skoene hier, maar as ek nou die ene hier voor my het, watse tipe materiaal in leer gebruik jy nou eintlik vir hierdie goedjies?
I use genuine leather, cowhide, which is imported. Some is imported from Italy, but most is South Africa.
Oep, oep, South Africa.
Local is lekker. Yeah, why I use cowhide instead of sheepskin, I feel that cowhide is more durable. So kids can actually walk outside with the leather sole and not have their toes or the leather just break off or scrape off. Yeah.
Okay. Dan sê gou vir my, ek sien dan nou dit is nou so 'n mooi styletjie hier. Maak jy verskillende styles of hoe nou?
Yes, I've got over 20 different designs.
Wow.
Yes.
Sjoe. En is dit moeilik om hierdie goedes aan mekaar te sit? Ek gaan later gaan jy vir ons moet wys presies hoe jy dit doen.
Okay.
Maar ek bedoel, is dit moeilik?
To put the shoes together, it's not difficult. The difficult part is cutting out the leather because the leather is thick, and having to cut it by hand, having to cut about 20 pairs of shoes in a go, it takes about 5 to 6 hours.
Wow.
Yes. So I'd say the cutting of the leather is the most difficult part. That is more of a man's job.
Okay. Moenie dit sê nie, né? Moenie dat die mans nog steeds glo dat is 'n mens wil die man.
No. Women can do what men do.
I think we can do it even better.
Oh yes, of course.
Maar Roshana, sê gou vir my, watter sizes maak jy al hierdie skoentjies in?
I start from size 00, which caters for newborns up to 3 months, and they go up to size 5, which is age 3 years.
Okay.
And then I custom make size 7 to 8 and 8 to 9, which caters about 5 years old.
Yes.
And then I do custom bigger sizes if parents do want, but obviously that do come at additional small fee.
Okay. Nou sê gou, ek sien dan ons het kinderskoentjies hè. Maak jy dan ook groot mensskoene?
I'm wearing them. I practically live in Luscious Junior. They are absolutely comfortable. I use a rubber crepe sole sole, so they don't walk off easily. They are very, very flexible, and they are non-slip, which is important.
Okay.
Yeah, I started making the adult mocks when I had quite a few loyal clients ask me, why don't you start a mommy and me?
Oh, okay. Alright. Mommy and me beteken nou die kindjie en die ma.
Yes,
alright.
because there's quite a few moms that matches with the kids, but then having to find shoes was always difficult. So the place to shop would be Luscious Junior if you'd like to match.
Nou Roshana, jy het dan ook 2 klein dogtertjies. So ek kan dan nou net imagine die klompie skoene wat hulle het wanneer hulle ma maak skoene.
Of course, especially they actually get all the samples. They get, there's quite a few shoes that they have that's not part of my range, yes.
Okay, alright. Nou sê gou, as ons praat van range, waar kry jy jou inspirasie vandaan om 'n skoen te maak?
My kids are my inspiration. I look at them and I'm like, I need to find or I need to figure out a pair of shoes that matches your personality. Or my kids has different types of personalities. One day she decides she wants to be a princess. The next day she decides she wants to be a robot cop. So I need to always keep on trend with their personalities and what I think my clients would like too.
Okay. En ek sien dan ons het verskillende soorte, so dit is natuurlik vir meisies en vir seuns, né?
Yes, definitely. But most of them are actually unisex. Yeah.
Maak jy ook met hoe sê hulle met die shoelaces, met die fietetjies in? Want ek
Yes,
sien
I
meeste van hulle het amper
actually
net
do
die
have
fietetjies.
laces.
Okay.
This
What was
one
it?
over here. Oh, there we go.
Okay, alright. Daar sien ek al. Oula, en so maar 'n paar leerfiete so.
Leer fetus too. And you can actually see the sole at the bottom.
En dan vertel gou vir ons 'n bietjie van jou label. Ek sien jy het 'n label dan ook is.
Yes, I do have a label. I actually have my label custom make from someone in Durbanville. I like blacks and I also like greys and silver tones. That's my favorite color. So that is why I decided let's make the label silver grey with black.
Okay. En sê gou vir my, het jy dalk nou het jy 'n Facebook page, Instagram, daai tipe van goeders?
Yes, I do have a Facebook page as well as Instagram, both under the name as at Luscious Junior.
Is dit nou hierdie nou, né?
Yes.
Nou, dis nog 'n oulike naam. Hoe het jy hierdie naam bymekaar gesit?
When I did the jewelry, it was called Luscious by Rushana. I think Luscious is just shouts more womanly,
Oh my
you know?
gorgeous.
Yes. And because I had so many followers on Luscious Junior, I didn't want to start my shoes under something else. And then I thought, okay, why not Luscious Junior? Because it is a kiddies brand.
Alright. Sê gou vir my dan, wat is jou beste style tussen die seuns en die meisies?
Definitely the girl shoes.
Okay.
The girl shoes are a seller. Why I'd say is because when a boy mom buys a pair of shoes, she can match that one pair of shoes with a whole lot of outfits.
Yes.
Where a girl mom, she can't. She has to have that specific color, that specific bow, that star, you name it. She needs to have it with a different outfit all the time.
Ooh, maar ek gaan vir jou sê die kinders van vandag word dan groot in style, né?
I'm telling you.
Nou Rosanna, ons dis altyd 'n vraag wat ek vir baie van my mense vra is dat die jongspan van vandag, hulle sien die verkeerde goed vir rigtinge en daai. Maar as ook 'n jong dame jouself, wat sal jou inspirasie wees vir die jongspan?
Okay, I would say you need to find something that you love.
Yes.
Always do what you love, because if you don't do what you love, you'll be miserable. Yeah. So everyone has a talent. You just need to figure it out. Whether it is drawing something, that's a talent. Whether it is cleaning, that's a talent.
Yes.
So always find something that you love and try to just be different where that is concerned.
And I think just be yourself.
Yes, be yourself. That's number one.
Roshana, ek sê vir jou baie shukran. Dit is nou real inspiration wat hulle sal sê. En ek dink ek het sommer baie geleer hier vandag van hierdie klompie skoene. En so sê my gas natuurlik, Roshana Jordan, en sy is 'n baba skoenmaker.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi ta'ala wa barakatuh. Welcome to Inspirational Woman. My name is Najwa Muhammad Ladi, and today, once again, we are interviewing an inspirational woman. She's the director of a company, she's a mother, she's a wife, and so many other things. But let me introduce this inspirational woman to you, our viewers. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh,
Wa alaikum
Rihanna.
salam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. What a pleasure and honor this is for me
Yes,
to do
thank
this
you
interview.
very much for allowing us, our cameras, into your space.
Thank you. Only a pleasure.
Rihanna, 25 years in the business. I don't want to start off with a business profile. I want to
Yes.
know, who's Rihanna Khan Parker, the lady or the girlie?
Okay. Oh, yes. I think perhaps still very much the girly more than anything else. Yeah. Yes. I'm a mother. I'm a wife. I have 3 children, and I really do have a very happy life. I've got 3.
Alhamdulillah.
A very supportive husband.
Yes.
One that certainly encourages me in my career and also in my social responsibility and community involvement. My children understood from a very young age that they're going to have an absent mother. They're going to have a mother that's not always going to be there to cook them a meal.
That's
So from a
right.
young age, they've learned already that they needed to know how to cook
Yes.
and fend for themselves when I'm away. So, and I think because of that, I was able to pursue my career with peace.
Yes.
Till today, if I need to be in the High Court tomorrow, or I need to take a quick drive down to Vredendal or Piketberg or wherever it might
we see
be,
you all over.
that my family understands. So
Alhamdulillah.
having that supportive environment certainly has molded me into who I am. That, I think, in a nutshell, I would say, wraps me up. So
Perfectly said.
thank you.
Perfectly said. Thank you so much. Gianna, the business profile, you're an attorney, by profession. You are the director of RKP and Associates. We also know your dynamics in terms of your composition of your staff are very different. Talk to us a little bit about that.
Yes, sure. Let me put it to you this way. I've had a difficulty in getting where I am. It
Yes.
certainly was not easy.
So it was a long road for 25
It was a long
years.
road.
Okay.
Most of my colleagues in the profession had already surpassed me. They had already, gone well on their way in having their career, and here I was with a big
Yes.
bump. Okay, so there was already a setback in
Yes,
terms
yes,
of
yes.
my contemporaries. But I think it gave me the time to have my children, my two adult children at this stage. During that time, whilst they were already off getting on with their career, I was still, at home caring for my children.
Yes.
So that is how that unfolded. What then happened was, when they were about 2 and 3, I realized that, there was a part of me that was still missing. I was. And I said, look, I need to get back into law, and I did it at the right time.
Okay.
I came back in 1984, 85, at the height of the boycott era.
Correct.
So I was just so fortunate, because there I was in Belgravia Road defending all the youngsters that were being
that is
arrested, and
fantastic.
advocates as well,
Yes.
and judges who are judges today,
Yes,
who
yes.
were held up at Worcester. So that just opened up a completely new angle. From there, I then knew that I was going to go into being my own boss. I knew that the billable hour was never going to suit me.
Right.
I had 2 young children,
Yes.
and I loved doing all sorts of other things. For me to work an 8 to 5 job was never going to suit me. So I knew that I was always going to go and start my own business. And I always had the whole vision that, I'm going to be the best female lawyer in South Africa.
Alhamdulillah.
With branches throughout the country.
That's
That
right.
was where I saw myself, because I saw what my principal was doing, and I thought, I need to do this differently. And I'm proud to say that today I employ, at the moment, 100%, except for my messenger, 100% female practice.
Alhamdulillah.
And my attorneys know there's no such thing as clocking in.
Yes.
You know that you've got a responsibility. You do it in your time.
Yes.
As I will know when they mess up.
Yes.
So, and it works. And it
Yes.
works. Because at
Yes.
the end of the day, this is my practice.
Right.
So if any of my attorneys are not delivering, believe me, I will get an email.
Right.
Or I'll get a WhatsApp. Or somebody will phone me and say, I'm unhappy with the service. And then I will say, you know what? I need to address it. So I still do the marketing within my firm. They just need to work. There's no such thing as a billable hour, and there's no such thing as a fee book. So none of them have to write up a fee book to justify their salaries. simply because I did articles, I served articles, and I knew the pleasures that it came with. So that is the kind of practice that I wanted to mold for myself, something that suited me as a woman, still gave me the time to be able to attend to my children, still gave me the time to be able to pursue all my other little things outside the law.
Right.
I could not do this if I was, for example, working in a big company. Now, I have had opportunities.
Yes, I'm sure.
Because I'm a black woman,
Yes, yes.
with the major 5 companies in South
Correct.
Africa. And I said to them, fine, so what do you want of me? They said, no, we need a black female. I said, fine, so what do you want of me? But we only want you, and we want your files, but we don't want your employees. And I said, what do I do with staff that's come with me? Some of them are in excess of 15 years.
Absolutely.
What do I do with those staff members?
Right.
And then I had a good think about it, and I sat down and I realized that if I am going to take that position, of course it's going to elevate my status. Without any doubt it would elevate my status. But where would it leave me with my personality, number one, with my person and my voice? I realized that I would, at that round table in that big boardroom, I would have no voice.
Right.
And I decided, no, that's not for me. I don't need the money. I only need enough money to buy my lipstick. I don't need the money. And because that was my deciding factor, I shut that out and I said, I'll grow my business. So alhamdulillah, I'm 25 years later. I do all sorts of things, and if you're going to ask me, because it's a question that people often ask me, is how do I manage to straddle my public life, if I can put it that way, being my community life with my profession. It never stopped from the time that I started working. When I finished my degree, when I was still at UCT, I remember that they used to have a bus that bussed you via the Shawco bus down to Heideveld. So that's where it started. I started giving back then. And as time had gone on, I continued involving myself in community activities. And it grew and it grew. And with that, I became known in the public space. So clients to me came naturally. I did not have to go and advertise my business. Clients followed me.
So you're like a magnet.
No, but I had to put it out there. I had to
there.
put it out there to show my visibility. You don't just 20 years later decide, okay, fine, and I'm going to start running my business and I need clients. It doesn't work that way. And I think it's my community involvement largely. Muslim Women's Federation was the first organization that I became a trustee of. And we're talking way back. And several other trusteeships that I held as well. So that positioned me beautifully for business.
Rihanna, you've got 3 branches in the Western Cape. 2 is basically based in a residential area. That is where we're basically having our interview here. Why did you take that decision to be in a residential area?
Very simple. I had 2 young children. This building belonged to my father-in-law. I lived next door, and I needed an office. So I got rent-free for the first 6 months. It was right next door. It suited me perfectly. I was still breastfeeding my daughter and my son, and my daughter at that stage. It was just perfect. And you know what? I sit here and I have the most beautiful view of the mountains.
We can see that. Alhamdulillah.
So, what more do I want?
Priceless.
And it's a lovely community to work with.
That's right.
The banks are here, the post office, all the lovely eating places are here, for heaven's sake. Why would I want to move out of here?
Rihanna, before I let you go, please tell us, is there an inspirational message that you would like to give over to the world, in particular our Muslim young ladies?
There's so much, our Muslim female community, they have so much to offer. They can bake, they can sew, they can talk, they can be a friend, they can be a supporter. They want that. If I look at, and they love giving. That is second. I've never had any problem in any of my charitable activities to ask a Muslim woman to give. It's second nature. I would like them to tell them, please continue what you're doing, irrespective whether you are a home executive or a professional.
Rihanna Khan Parker, Jazakallah so much. It was interesting, and I'm sure our viewers will really, really feel the passion, because that's what we are feeling. Thank you very much for the opportunity.
Afwan, thank you for the opportunity for showcasing me on ITV, and I really appreciate it.
Great,
and I
great,
wish
great.
you all the best.
Thank you very
inshallah.
much. Likewise, we would love to share with you and wish you just moving forward everything of the best, inshallah.
Shukran to you. Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum salam wa rahmatullahi ta'ala wa barakatuh. Well, that was once again an inspirational woman, Sister Rihanna Khan Parker, an associate, coming to you live on the DSTV channel.
That's it for this week's episode of Inspirational Woman. Join us next week as we bring you more fascinating stories from inspirational women from all walks of life. And just remember, when you choose hope, anything is possible.